Hey, what's going on? This is Madden Money Shot bringing you another Madden 19 top 5 video. This is going to be my top 5 run plays that I've released so far this year. These are going to be some of the most explosive run plays in the game, as well as some of just the hardest to stop. If you guys want to see things like top 5 pass plays or you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see that, stick around after the intro, and I hope you enjoy the video. Next up, out of the gun split close pats, we have the Halfback Power Run. This here, you can flip this either way. Just make sure you have some good running backs. I'm not sure if Rex Burkhead is really going to be the guy, so we're going to go with Hill. In a run play anyway. So you're running to the 2 wide receiver side, also the tight end. I find this play really works best with power backs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to always flip it outside like that, but if you flip the play, it's going to be a different running back. You know what I mean? If you flip the play pre-snap, this is not necessarily what you're going to do once you come to the line, but then you're going to have your other back. And like I said, I feel for whatever reason, when I run this play, I use Ricky Williams and who's the other guy? Saquon Barkley. And I feel like Ricky Williams, even though I got smashed there, Ricky Williams, I feel like he does a better job because he's a power back. So I don't know if there's anything to that, but I realistically feel like this is like a power run. So luckily, I found this play, and this play is a dirty play, especially considering it's only in the Packers playbook. I looked at every playbook trying to find this halfback toss strong, and I could not find it. So I decided to try to make good on it and redo this particular play at the very least. So if you're running, custom playbook or something, make sure that if you're using this formation, you have this play in it. So this play, there's no setup. I mean, at the very least, if I really want to, I can run it weak side, but it's really not necessary. You can see how the right tackle there is pretty much going to pull. These tight ends will definitely get the edge, and then I just have pretty much, that particular play I ran outside, but typically I'm going to try to run inside that wide receiver block. As you can see right there, that's not even, that blocking was a little bit tighter than I would typically get. But this is just an easy play. I mean, there's not a lot of adjustments to do, as you can see right here. Just getting a big carry. Really gonna help. So here we go. Like I said, one of the few times I might want to flip it back. You can see how 69 still kind of gets out in front there, and I don't really, that receiver didn't really hold down his block, but you can see it's still a really good play. But like I said, running it to the weak side is not the worst thing that could happen. You know what I mean? It's the real issue is this guy here is not holding his block. If he held up his block, I'd be fine. But like I said, real easy run play. You can run it, you can snap it. The second you get up to the line of scrimmage, you don't have to wait for your opponent to set up their defense. So as soon as you get to the line, just hike it. They won't have any chance to do what they want to do to set up their run defenses or their pass defenses or whatever. Other than that, let's get into what is probably the most dominant run play out of this playbook in this formation, and that's the halfback toss crack. I already put out, like I said, this play here, the I-form Slop Flex, the toss, which I'm sure you've seen online because every day I see it online. That play right there, a run play I just put out, it's all over the place. Every game I play, I feel like somebody's running that play against me. This one's going to be the next one. This is going to be the next big run play here, the halfback toss crack out of the single back ace. So let's go and let's pick that, and we're going to go random 4-3 on defense. Now, one of the great things about this play, for one thing, is you can flip it. I already got a safety coming back in the box, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it. It's a cover 3 or a safety blitz, I don't really know. So I don't want to run it in that direction. So I can flip it without anything. The quarterback doesn't make a noise, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't turn his head or anything like that. You can just flip it, no issue, and go ahead and run to the other side. So that motion, some people might think that gives the play away a little bit, but it really doesn't, because you're going to see with the next 2 plays that I put out that it really doesn't do anything but distract your opponent. So another thing that's great about it, having the 2 tight end set, the even set, you pretty much always have the edge when it comes to blocking. You always have a blocker that's typically wider than the furthest defender. So it's really hard for your opponent to try to control outside runs because you don't have that advantage like you typically want to try to have on defense. Another great thing is when the receiver comes in, a lot of times he'll bring the cornerback in. Like right there, I'm guessing it was a man coverage. He comes all the way in and just gives me a huge alley to the outside, which is great. So right here, like I said, we got a cover 3. Obviously, I don't want to run it that way. Flip it. He makes no noise, no adjustments, no movements, and then boom, we're just getting right to the edge which when you have a speed back like McCaffrey is super, super easy. Speed and agility. So here we go. I'm going to go the other way. No real reason. The cornerback or the cornerback did not react there, so it's probably cover 4. They might not do that in the cover 4s. This run formation that I'm going to show you right now, to me, is one of the most overpowered run formations in the game, and EA agrees, because when they first came out with this formation, and I originally put out a video on it maybe like 2 Maddens ago, it was in like 5 different playbooks, and they took it away because it was so overpowered. It was in the Ravens playbook, which you guys know I love. It was in the Bears playbook, which is also a playbook that I'm putting out this year in an ebook form, so obviously I like that too. And it was in the Miami Dolphins playbook, all of which are gone now. The Arizona Cardinals did not originally have this in their playbook, but after they took it away from all those other playbooks, it can only be found in the Arizona Cardinals playbook. So that's how you know that this formation is that good, when EA tries to hide it in a playbook, you know, all by itself. So obviously, like I said, very overpowered. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna show you the one run play. I might do 2. I'm not entirely sure, but the one run play that's making me do this video is the halfback toss, without a doubt. So we're gonna pick that, and then we're gonna go random 3-4 in defense. I honestly don't have any tips for this other than just to run it right away. At times, if you have a defensive end or an outside linebacker wider than this blocker, it's not a bad idea to motion this guy out. He has an opportunity to then get outside that blocker, which is really what I want. But you can see, for the most part, all I was doing was sprinting to the sideline. That's pretty much how this play is going to work out. Now, if that defensive end or that outside linebacker doesn't have the edge, just run the play as is. As you can see, like I said, I'm not really doing anything here. I'm just straight up sprinting to the sideline, and I almost got a 30-yard touchdown. That's how overpowered the blocking is. That's how crazy this blocking setup is. So here we go. They're crashing down, but it doesn't matter, because like I said, you can see how those blockers just set up like a brick wall. It's like the Great Wall of China. So like I said, the only real adjustment you have, if you need to, is motioning out this tight end. All that really does is get him a little bit wider, lets him loop out a little bit wider to get in front of you as a blocker. So all I'm reading is outside leverage. Like right here, I don't really have it. That safety or cornerback is kind of down in the way. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to motion this guy out, let him get a crackback block. And you can see we're just getting a really easy alley. It's not always a home run touchdown. So reading the edge, I have outside contain here. Go ahead and use my blockers. Like I said, I'm pretty much just sprinting to the edge. 15 yards, you know what I'm saying? Real easy. Really easy play. I didn't have to do that, but I did it anyway. And it's never going to be a negative anyway, so even if I do that by mistake, it doesn't really matter. Can only work as a positive. So here we go once again. He's going to engage, and I'm going to come right off the backside there. And oh, we're going to get it nasty. We carried him in for a touchdown. Got some plays for you today out of the iForm Slop Flex. This is my favorite run formation this entire game. I'm using this out of the Panthers playbook. If you guys don't know, the Panthers playbook has become my favorite playbook this year. The last 2 years it was the Saints, but I guess I pretty much got tired of running it, to be honest with you. Sometimes you want new challenges, and I found this playbook to be, to me, the best playbook in the game. Patriots is also a really good playbook too, but everybody runs that. I want to be original. So I chose the Panthers. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and show you. There's 3 plays in this formation. All this, like I said, it's in my Panthers ebook. If you guys want to check that out, all that information is in the description below. I did pretty much every formation in this entire game in that ebook. It's just, to me, it's such a full playbook. But realistically, my favorite play is probably going to be the toss. We're going to set up our audibles though. I already have a power O in here. The other play that I probably would want would be the halfback lead dive. So those are the 3 run plays. We're going to start off by picking the halfback toss. And then on the defensive side, we're just going to pick random 4-3. I could go 4-4, but realistically, you're not going to see a lot of defensive looks. So we're going to go ahead with the random 4-3 here. So this play right here, like I said, this is basically the most important play in this formation because this is such a versatile play. My second favorite play would probably be the power O. And the third play would just be the straight up halfback lead dive. And the reason that is sometimes that's where the gap is. The gap's not there this time. So realistically, like, it's probably going to be the least used play. So this is your outside run. Your inside run would be the power O. It doesn't necessarily look like it, but when you flip it, a lot of times this is going to be a really good inside run. You'll see that as the play goes on. So realistically, right off the bat, we know we already have a zone coverage. Because you have 2 wide receivers on the one side, it's going to give away pretty much every defensive formation. And typically the way that I want to run this against zone is flip it back and just run it as is. If I want to, I can give my fullback here a head start, which will work against user opponents the first couple of times, but eventually it kind of gives the play away. So I find that it's best to only do that maybe at the beginning, and then as you know, they figure out it's kind of a tell on which direction the ball's going, then just kind of keep him where he is. But realistically, this is just such a really, this is such a good run. And that was a horrible block, but you know what? I'll take that. So here it looks like we have a double safety blitz. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get outside of that. Like I said, this play right here, it's pretty money. You don't have to really worry too much about what defensive look you're looking at. But if you get a lot of zone coverages, that's going to be a really good play. Another way to run this, if you motion over Funchess, you can't motion over Smith because he stops. So you have to motion over the inside receiver. So if you motion over Funchess, a lot of times that'll give you a good advantage. There, it makes the defensive player stand up. As you can see, it's just going to give me a good block to the edge. I'm not quite getting the edge like I want to, but it's all good. And then right here, now we have a man coverage. I was waiting for that. The second you see that there's no cornerback on that one side, you can just run it as is. This is going to be a really good man-beating run just because there's the two receivers will pull the coverage to one side, so that'll really help you out. I'm going to go ahead and end like that. Short video. If you guys want to see more stuff out of the Panthers playbook, hit the like button or let me know in the comments section, or check it out on my website in the description below. Other than that, thanks for watching MADDENMONEYSHOT out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.